Alright guys, ZFR Gaming back here again today, and in this video, that's right, we are going to be talking about The Walking Dead Season 7 Episode 3, The Cell. So pretty much in this episode, we see Daryl we pretty much see what Daryl's going through at the Sanctuary, which is the Savior's home base. This episode is mainly about Negan and the White trying to break Daryl. They're trying to make Daryl become a savior in this episode. So that's the main overall plot of this, but there's a lot of other stuff that's way more interesting in this. So without further ado, let's get straight into this review here and just talk about everything that I liked, everything that I didn't like. Just keep in mind, this isn't going to be a summary of the episode, so I am not going to talk about every single part, just letting everybody know. I'm going to try to keep everything brief because I don't want this over 15 minutes. Anyway, getting into this review here. So pretty much, you get to see what Daryl's been going through. They pretty much been keeping him in this cell for the first couple of days. He was like butt naked in there like an animal, a caged animal and stuff. Like they're just like treating him dirty, feeding him dog food and everything. They're really trying to break him, torturing him with that awful music every day. They're treating him dirty. They're treating him pretty dirty, and throughout the episode, like, they continuously test Daryl. Like I said, they're really trying to get Daryl to become a savior because Negan sees Daryl can be really useful to him if he can get him to join him. So pretty much, the main thing with this, I feel like the main part of this would be the whole test sequence where the dude pretty much leaves the door unlocked for Daryl, and Daryl tries to sneak out. I really did like that, but once he gets out into the courtyard, they have him surrounded. And pretty much, Negan's pretty much telling him, all you have to do is say, I am Negan. Like all of his men claim to be Negan and stuff. Like, pretty much they're doing that out of respect for Negan. So pretty much he's like, if you say I am Negan, like all the other good boys and girls, and bow to me and stuff, like, then you can live like a king. But Daryl's not taking it. After what Negan did to Glenn, he's just not taking it. He's not having any of it. So pretty much Negan's like they have this really intense stare down. Like, I really do love what Jeffrey Dean Morgan is doing with Negan. He's doing an amazing job with such a complicated character, and a character that seems so hard to pull off. He's doing a great job. So pretty much, and they even fake a lot of fans. I know a lot of Daryl fans' heart skipped a beat when Negan swung Lucille at him. If I'm being honest, I kind of wouldn't have mind seeing Negan actually, I don't know, maybe hitting Daryl in the leg or something with Lucille. Maybe, bust a kneecap or something. Like, just to, kind of show people Daryl's plot armor isn't as thick as it really is. Or as it, yeah, pretty much. I said that right, actually, when I think about it, because his plot armor is pretty thick because of how much the fan base loves him. But that wouldn't have really been necessary, if I'm being honest. It's just, I'm just saying, they need to do something more to show Daryl isn't that safe. Like, it feels like Daryl is way too safe on the show, in my opinion. They need to, do a little more, even though he just got shot in the shoulder last season. I mean, come on, we knew he was going to be okay. Do something to really damage him here. Anyway, moving on, pretty much after that happens, they have the little stare off, and freaking Negan's like, well, Lucille's not thirsty, but I am, so I'm gonna go get me a drink. Like I said, I'm loving what they're doing with Negan. And pretty much, like, the saviors, Negan's men just beat the crap out of Daryl and throw him right back in the cell. But they do let him out again. In case you're wondering, I am going to get the Earth stuff. I'm just trying to get through the Daryl stuff first. I feel like the rest of the stuff is a little more important to the story right now. But pretty much later on, Negan lets him out one more time. He tries to get him to say it again. And before he says it this time, he pretty much tells Daryl what he did to the White to make the White fall in line. Because if you remember, the White was kind of rebelling against the Saviors last season. He was running away from them, trying to take off with his wife, Sari, and her little sister, Tina. Pretty much we found out that in this episode that Tina was actually supposed to marry Negan so he could take care of her more with her illness and stuff. He can provide her with more medicine if she was his wife. And pretty much this goes into a lot of stuff in the comics. Pretty much in the comics, like, Negan has multiple wives, but it didn't seem like that on here. We might have not just seen that yet, because we didn't get to see Negan's penthouse in this episode where most of his wives live, you know. Some people may have been confused about that room that they were in towards the end. That wasn't Negan's room. That was a room they were trying to give to Daryl. So, like, just keep that in mind. That's pretty much a room that standard saviors get, people that work directly under Negan. And pretty much, you know, we found out that Tina, Sari's little sister, was supposed to marry Negan for the medicine and stuff, but the White just stole all the medicine, took Sari, took Tina, and they ran off, and that's where we ran into them, and Always Accountable. Now, of course, Tina died, and she was supposed to be Negan's fiancé. I probably just butchered that word, fiancé, I meant, but, pretty much she died, as we saw in that episode last season, and apparently what happened after they stole Daryl's stuff, they went back. I don't really get why they went back. I think that was a stupid way to write it. I honestly think it would have made more sense if they said that they got captured, but whatever, like, it is what it is. I guess the mentality was, even if we find somebody else out here, there's no way we're going to be safer with them than we are with Negan. He has an army to protect us. So that was probably the mentality there. But they went back. Negan wanted to kill Sari to teach the White a lesson. The White was like, no, take me. Sari pretty much said, no, don't kill him. If you let him live, I'll marry you instead. Negan was like, alright, I'll marry you, but that's not enough. I'm going to burn your husband's face off anyway. And pretty much that's what happened. So that's what happened to the White. That's what happened to his face. And this kind of gives you a really big idea of the situation the White is in. Negan has his wife. He has to do what Negan says, you know, in a way. Like, he's not just doing all this just because he's a bad person. And really, I don't even think the White is a bad person. I think this episode kind of blurs that line. It really makes the White seem a little more like all the other characters we have on the show, are definitely closer to them. And I'm going to get into why I say that now, because we're going to start talking about the White stuff now. Oh, but yeah, pretty much, after Negan asked Daryl to say, I'm Negan that last time, Daryl was pretty much just like, no, I'm Daryl. He gets thrown back in the cage. I get why he did it, but in a way, you probably should just say I was Negan, so that way you actually had a chance to get away. You know, you had a chance to escape, get back to Alexandria or whatever, run off, you know, or just rebel against Negan a little bit better. But I do get why he said I'm Daryl instead, why he still defied Negan, and I think it was a good move all the same. But the White stuff, I want to talk about the White and Sari. Like, they had a lot of great stuff in this episode. Just the tension between him and Sari, and then between him and Negan over the whole situation, because Negan stole his wife. Like, Negan is with his wife. And I love when they walk in at the beginning, him and Daryl, they walk into the clinic, and she's there, and there's the pregnancy test, and the White's like, he's like, for a second, no freaking way he got you pregnant. But like, she's like, no, it's negative. and you kind of see that he's somewhat relieved, but he tries to play off like, oh well, maybe next time. And pretty much you can see Dwight's not getting over this. Dwight is not over this, no matter how hard he tries to act like it. He is not cool with Negan being with his wife. But pretty much he has to take it, because what are you going to do? He's Negan. He has an army of dudes ready to beat you to death the second you stand out against him or whatever. But anyway, you also see towards the end that Sari and Dwight have that moment in the hallway together where they're sharing cigarettes. And pretty much he's like, is he treating you well? She's like, yeah, he's treating me fine. What about you? How are you doing? Are you doing good or whatever? And he's like, no, not really. And if I'm correct, I believe she actually said good after that. Like, I mean, people are kind of mad that Sari seems nicer than she did in the comics. In the comics, they kind of did make Sari seem like a gold digger. It was much more like, in the comics, it was like this. Sari decided to be Negan's wife to live an easier life, basically, and Dwight kind of let her do it because he want his wife to live a better life than she could with him. And she went, which kind of made her seem more selfish. It kind of made her seem more like a gold digger and stuff. But in the show, she seems like she didn't really have much of a choice. She seems much more compassionate, much more caring, and that did bother some people, but I think I like it better. I think I don't want Sari to really be, like a jerk, like a bad person like she was in the comics. I think what they're doing here could actually turn out better. But yeah, like, they have all that stuff going on with them, and I just like it. Like, that's going to be a real big part of the Dwight story right there. And then you also see the whole thing where Dwight goes out to find this dude, and the dude's like, I'm not going back, there's nothing left for me. And Dwight, he's so determined to bring him back, because he knows Negan wants him back, and he's got to bring him to Negan. So Dwight just starts threatening him with all these awful things, like, I'll kill everyone you've ever even talked to. I'll go dig up your dead wife and feed her to the crows and stuff. It was just like brutal, and this might have made a lot of people look at Dwight as kind of a monster again. Like, this kind of might have sent some people's views on him backwards after they kind of built them up throughout the episode. But keep in mind, he's doing this because he really doesn't want to kill this guy. Like, you have to look at it like that. He doesn't want to kill this guy. He'd rather this guy just go back, take the punishment, which is probably going to be the iron like the White got, and just move on with his life. But the dude's like, no, I don't want to live like that. I'd rather you just kill me. And the White gives him the mercy kill. A lot of people, there are some people saying that they don't think it was a mercy kill because he didn't shoot him in the head. Well, here's the thing. Negan, obviously, they have this tradition at the Sanctuary. If you were paying attention, they have this tradition where, like, if you go against Negan, if you get killed, if you have to be killed by the saviors and you were a savior or whatever, you're going on the wall. Like, so, Negan probably wanted the dude on the wall. The White probably would have got in trouble if he got him in the head. You gotta look at it like that. Like, you gotta do what Negan wants, even if it's super cruel. Like, you just gotta do it, man. Like, so I do think it was a mercy kill, and I thought that was really cool. You even get to see the White react to him being on the wall at the end. He's not happy about it. And excuse me, I just burped. And pretty much that just shows you the White does have feelings. But pretty much that's it for this review, guys. I give this episode a solid 9. Like, I think it was a really good episode that was really necessary. It showed us a lot of stuff the comics didn't, which was awesome. but it did have its flaws. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys really enjoyed. Don't forget to leave comments. Hit that like and subscribe button. Really help me out with that, guys, especially those likes. And I will see you guys on the next video, guys. ZFR out.